Bear with me just a second. OBS has messed up all of my stuff. Okay, that should be better. I lost all my audio controls. Awesome. Joys of software updates. So, last time I got the scene where we learned that Queen Arwen has been working with Roaming Star, who is the Lady of the Gilrain, or Gilrain, who was actually the one responsible for putting Nimrodel to sleep and keeping her sleeping by the water for a huge amount of time, causing her to be separated from Amroth, who then jumped out of his boat to go back and try and find her, and was never seen again. But we're in the city that's named after him, so just an absolute huge backstory piece of something that is tied to the Song of Nimrodel, which is from the books, but there's never, to my knowledge, anything that really went more heavily into that. So cool little set piece that tied that into characters we've been seeing and interacting with off and on. But we were sent to go talk to the guard who's supposed to have been keeping an eye on our favorite Corsair from way back in the game.
You have just missed the report from one of my guards concerning this man.
Alright, so this person is not the guard we're looking for, but he says we need to go into the market to find the guard who's actually been keeping an eye on our Corsair buddy. Nope, and we find a guard who was looking around sheepishly. Whatever could have happened?
He was right here. I don't know how he gave me the slip.
He gave you the slip because he's Jajax and you're kind of an idiot. No sign of him here either. Let's see this guy. I saw him, then he just kind of vanished. But we hear a gull call to the east. And this was something that a lot of us speculated on when Corsairs of Umbar was announced as the expansion itself, and the themes around it was, are we gonna be seeing Jajax again? So yeah, he's been sneaking around, messing with us. I love how matter-of-fact he is. Like, nah, I could have just killed these guys, but I was messing with them, so they lucked out. Alright, so we're going to talk to him and hear his story. So we're going to go through a little mini interlude where he talks about his brother Daxamat and him, who in their time returning to Umbar. So this is one of the first places we...
I returned at last to Umbar Bahalbel, the city of sails.
So this is one of the first places where we really start getting actual tie-in to the new things in Umbar itself, not just the story, but also we get a little sneak peek of what we're going to see later on. So this is Umbar Baharbel, and this is kind of the main city that we'll get to later, and it is fucking gorgeous. The new architecture and just the texturing work they've done and the new style that they've used for this area is really gorgeous. It's a bit of a performance hit when you're running around. There are definitely people who turn their settings down in here. So he's saying, yeah, we got to go meet some folks. So we're basically doing a little flashback to Jajax and his brother Daxamat returning to Umbar after the events from much earlier in the game. Jajax, of course, is focused on getting a new ship and a new crew. Shit's got to be done. So one thing, and this also kind of introduces it here, is that this city has a lot of these little kind of tucked away courtyards and alleys that have taverns and businesses in them that are notable locations. So this is kind of previewing something that you're going to see when you get to the city proper, that there is a lot of stuff to explore. All right, so he's going to go do some sniffing around because he's really sketched out about how many new guards are around. And our job is to stay here and not cause trouble. What can go wrong there? So what we're going to get here shortly. Yep, so we see, an old buddy seeing Daxamat, who thought we died in the war. And they're basically talking about how the Kindred of the Coins kind of stepped in and not so much introduced order, but took charge of a lot of this area in kind of the post-war chaos, opposing the heirs of Castamere. And here's a dwarf who looks awfully familiar from the sketch we looked at last time around. So in the pre-patch stuff, we got to meet Nikasi, who is one of the Kindred of the Coins NPCs, and her husband, who died in that. Now we're getting our first look at another one of the Kindred. And this is one of their more plotty and schemy type people. He's paying very close attention to your face and filing away my name for later consideration. Yeah, that's not worrisome at all. So he's going to also reiterate some of the people who were in the Kindred of the Coins with him. Azagat the Sea Shadow, Rothog the Storm. And really, largely what he's doing here is just kind of reiterating that they're now the ones who are largely in power here, and we should be concerned about them, not the heirs of Castamere. And because this is a flashback that we're seeing here, not the stuff that you play through in the pre-area, we see not only is Nikasi Wave Reaper here, but we also see Tumuldo Fiercewater, who died in that pre-expansion patch when we went through the first chapter of the Song of Waves and Wind story. Quickly, get out of here while they're distracted. Okay, so we go out through the north exit. Jajax has come back to find us and get us out of trouble. And we head back to the ship. So really just a mini little kind of catch up with what Jajax has been doing, as well as just more background into the Kindred of the Coin and how they have, before the current time, been really solidifying their power base in Umbar Bahar.
Orwick alone allowed us to escape. But if good fortune permitted it, ill fortune was soon to follow.
Yeah, and we're basically telling Jajax here, okay, yeah, Prince Imrahil really should know about what's going on in Umbar right now, because that's a major shift in power dynamics. And this will be one of the driving things that really sets our course to, okay, yeah, we've got to go to Umbar because stuff is happening there that has to be addressed. Still love the Dol Amroth architecture. Right, we have our usual suspects here.
I said to keep an eye on him, not to bring him to my court.
Chill, Prince. Chill. Okay, let's see. That is a Might Vitality, and this is... neither one of these matter because I'm not a class that uses a bow as a stat stick. I'm a class that uses an LI bow, and they both have the same model, so I don't really care which one I choose.
Evil tidings have come to Dol Amroth from the coastline of Anfalas.
Right, talk to the captain here.
If you command me to speak, my prince, I will. But the pain is fresh.
Not particularly thrilled about having Jajax here.
You could tell this weepy old sailor that I was not involved with the burning of his precious ship.
Jajax not making friends by pointing out that it wasn't him, because if he had been the one to sink the captain here's ship, the captain would be dead.
Silence! I will allow no fighting in the Palace of the Swan.
No fighting here, this is the war room. So here is where the prince is really making the decision that, yeah, if the Corsairs of Umbar are active along the coast, so still talking about the King's Gondor area, he's going to start allocating resources for us to go investigate and clear them out. So talk to King Elisar.
Words, Prince Imrahil. I cannot heed the warning they contain.
And he says, yep, we'll go ahead to Outer Gondor and check into these
The
things.
prince wants to know where I am going. That is my own concern.
And Jajax says, cool, I'm gonna fuck off, see you later.
Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again. If I cannot convince the king not to travel to Anfalas while it remains threatened,
So he's basically saying, if you can't talk Aragorn out of going and checking the other areas, at least make sure that we go stocked up. So we have two different options for completing this quest. Either kill a bunch of enemies to thin out the area, or go through specific locations. So my choice here is I'm gonna kill some stuff. So the two zones we can do that in are Lamadon and Blackroot Vale. So let's find a good destination. Yeah, we should be able to go to either one of these just fine. So we'll probably take a horse to Callambel.
A king has come again to Gondor.
And we'll ride right back outside of town and find some stuff to kill. I am largely ignoring things like side quests and what have you, and just doing the main quests on this guy. I don't even know what quality of fire oil and bow chance I have. I think they're at least halfway decent. Okay, yep, they're my Gundabad stuff. Wasn't sure if I had anything good on this guy or not. At some point in time, I'll make some actual level 141 stuff for him. But right now, this is more than enough. Really, just so long as I get a little bit of extra punch with my stuff. I wonder if these guys count. Yep. Even killing the Aurochs counts as, quote, enemies, which is a little weird. They're just happy cows. All right, so close. That's 12 of 18. Generally, if I have my choice, I'm going to find these Corsairs and kill them because they're like actual legitimate bad guys, not just wildlife. But part of that is also the RPG player in me, not just the MMO player. There just aren't enough of them to kill right in this area to satisfy those requirements easily, so wildlife it is. This should be the last one. All right, so now we're going to travel to the base of the Hill of Eric. And that's where there's the big stone of Eric on top of the hill, which was one of the kind of plot points for the, again, the level around 100, the 90 to 100 stuff. Traveling to the stone, seeing a vision of the past and the deals with the dead who ultimately became betrayers. So that should be up in Blackroot Vale, which means hopefully I have Morlot unlocked. I'm not sure if I've been up there yet in this new version of the area. We'll see. Might actually be a ride.
You are most welcome, my friend.
Nope, kind of nothing along the way. I don't have Loth or Dinab, I don't think, unlocked.
Most welcome, my friend.
Nope. Dinadab and Lothgabel, so it's gonna be the long road. But that'll give me a chance to pick up those stable routes as I pass through. And none of those are hunter guide locations for the areas, so I can't cheat and fast travel there either. I kind of want to stop here. This might be one of the only side quests that I do on this run. I think it's from him. Yes.
And I returned to Lothgabel. The place was lousy with rodents who had grown fat off of our food stores. We brought in several cats to help control the problem, and they have done a marvelous job. I made these dried fish treats to thank them, but they do not appear to like me very much. Perhaps you could give them out on my behalf.
I love that of all the quests in the game in this new batch they've given, most of the time for voicing you get like the first sentence, maybe two. But this one here, where the quest is literally to give treats to cats, you get almost complete voice acting for the NPC dialogue. And hey, Sparrow. So even though I have other things to do, you have to stop and do the quest, which is give treats to the cats. So the irate cat does not seem thrilled with the treat. Here's the friendly cat over here, who purrs and rubs my leg. So, you know, at the very least, we have one appreciative cat. The disinterested cat has possibly my favorite writing of the entire expansion so far. The cat does not acknowledge your existence, nor does it acknowledge the presence of the treats you leave for it. Its lack of external desire suggests an inner peace that some might find enviable. By not acknowledging you, this cat offers wisdom. Do with that what you will. Somebody had way too much fun writing this quest. And the last cat is, I think, down this way, yes. We need the self-satisfied cat. Who accepts the treats as its due payment. I love that it left trophies of its conquests in the shoes of the townsfolk as proof of its prowess, something that was most certainly appreciated by all.
Thank you. Oh, how I wish those cats liked me. Their fur looks so soft and fluffy.
It is one of the silliest things, but if they put a quest like this in the game, you have to stop and do it on your way through town. And again, the funny thing is, it's not like it's a small quest reward, like, you know, it's a silly little quest, so they just give you a little, like, minor drop of XP and not really a full quest reward. It is a full side quest's worth of reward. But yeah, Sparrow, even if I'm feeding cats, which I know are not friends to birds, I am playing my hunter, so hopefully that wins me back some points.
I never thought to see such happy days as these.
All right, now I can ride back up for the pass up here. So again, in the 90 to 95 to 100 era, you would come down through the Paths of the Dead into Ringlow Vale and take this road ultimately south towards Dol Amroth, and now we're going back the other direction. Just, 40 odd levels later. This is the path where a little bit further ahead here is where the dude with the broken down wagon would have been. And then there's the Orc Pass up ahead. Just now been turned into a little kind of waypoint.
Halt! By Lord Dweenhere's edict, none are to enter the Blackroot Vale without his permission or without dire need. It is my duty to inform you.
Yeah, I'm here on the king's business, dude. He trumps your local squabbles. Now I could go unlock this travel point here just for convenience.
The shadow of war is now behind us.
I think if I remember right, yeah, I have to go all the way around to the other side of the hill. So I'm just gonna stop up at the top to see the Stone of Urlach for old time's sake. And the dead are still all around it, all of the Oathbreakers. But we've already done their storyline. And here's the Stone of Eric. So we're going to go meet our folks down here. Hopefully just ride past these guys. Broken leg and all. Here we go.
The Hill of Eric. We have seen it before, but in different circumstance.
Yeah, about 45 levels ago. Okay, get more of this level 500 gear. And because it's what we're doing, we're going to put it on, regardless of whether it's better or not.
Memory is grim.
Legolas is basically saying, yeah, I don't really want to go up there again because it was creepy.
The story that Legolas and Gimli speak about. It fills me with fright.
Yeah, you weren't here last time. You didn't have to go up there, and you still don't want to go up there because you've heard stories.
I am not afraid, you understand. But there is little reason for us to climb again to the summit.
Everybody's making excuses not to go back up there and talk to the chief nasty undead. So it is actually nighttime, which means that the undead respawn here. If you're here in the daytime, there aren't actually any of these guys here, and to get the kills you need to go by the path of the dead. But I should be able to pick them off here. And if I remember right, you still can't quite make your way up this slope, so I'm going to have to go around. Oh, nope, there's more down here. Awesome. Why can't my horse climb sheer surfaces? Could have sworn we were playing Skyrim. Gonna have to take care of at least one of those bleeds. They're kind of no joke. I was already down to half health. And if I can find one more of these jerks without having to go all the way around, perfect. Really, bird? Sparrow, I blame you for this. Okay, now I think I should be being sent to Morlad, which I haven't been to in a long time. I mean, if standing semi-near it provokes it, then yes, I provoked it. But that was really all on the bird. It made its decision. Another one of these little kind of cool, tucked away along a hill and built up in a little spiral villages.
welcome, my friend.
Okay, so the one quest I have is basically the stop in, so we'll take care of
I
our
must admit,
checking
I
in.
did not expect you to return to the Blackroot Vale so soon. You are, of course, welcome to remain here as long as you wish.
One of the funny things is that, so Lotro has been a game that's been out for 16 and a half years at this point, but has progressed along a certain storyline that follows the books as we kind of go through, and now we're into the post-war period. And I think it was Andang the other day who was calculating exactly how much real time has passed in the game for the progression of the story from, you know, finding the ring and the company setting off to where we are now. And in 16 years, the timeline of the game has moved something like a year. So for these people, even though it was years back that I was through here originally when this area was new, for them, it's just been like a month. Kind of wild.
Much has changed.
Yeah, we're not going to do your side quest. Okay.
The war exacted a
I
heavy
need to
toll.
go talk to Rosfin. I mean, yeah, you have things like, you know, the ring getting thrown into the mountain. You have the war, you know, the battle in Pelennor Fields. You have all of the, you know, you have the Black Gate. There's been a few things that have happened. One of the things that this entire first half of this expansion has you doing is you're going back through all of these areas and seeing the effects of you previously coming through them and basically rallying these people for what would ultimately be all of those battles, and coming back through and it's like seeing the repercussions of you coming through and, you know, collecting soldiers and readying them for war and things like that. You're not the most popular person in some of these villages because stuff went bad. Yeah, basically these people are telling me, yeah, there are still, you know, they sent their sons off to war, and yeah. Let's go talk to some of the surly villagers and see if we can calm them down.
I've got nothing to say to you. Move along.
Again, we are not popular here.
You dare speak to me after bringing such death to Morlod? I will not stand for this.
And yeah, I forgot, this guy outright attacks us. Now we hear somebody shouting for help by the entrance. And that's one thing I actually really do like about this portion of the expansion. I don't like that the Corsairs of Umbar expansion doesn't immediately take us to Umbar. I think a lot of this content here could have been patches between expansions, which is its own whole criticism. But it's really cool to see that we've been doing things throughout the course of the game that have extremely negative repercussions, and the NPCs don't just wave it off. And here's Kaibar again, because he decided to follow and keep trying to help.
To see you.
He is not the most competent. He means well, though. now we go meet back up with Legolas and Gimli.
What is wrong with these people?
What's wrong with them is that we screwed them hard when we came through here before.
Someone loosed an arrow at me from hiding.
This really is that moment of, are we the baddies? All right, now we go back to Morlad and tell this guy what happened. I believe he is up at the top of the hill.
Supporters of the heirs of Castamere? No, I do not think they are responsible for this.
And I love it. You say, you know, my people have suffered and King Elisar didn't even take the time to come visit us ourselves. It's not a conspiracy. The people are just pissed. All right, so
Farewell, then, and
what did we get
I will
here?
try to master my grief and that of my people.
So I'm going to keep on the plan and keep replacing gear, even though that's a very defensive piece compared to what I've been using. All right, so basically get the heck out of here, let the people grieve, and catch back up to the king. Stop trying to help. Now, if I remember right, he is on the road down there, which used to be an area that you could not get through. I wonder if this person is... Oh, 149, so they're probably backfilling story. Oh yeah, if they were doing the level 90 version of this, they wouldn't be in the same area I'm in anyway. They'd be in the old version. So at the end of the road down here in Tarling's Crown, this used to be all closed off and barricaded by some bandits who had the area closed off, but now we're actually going to be able to get through and be into another one of the truly new zones. But still not Umbar. We are still playing through Corsairs of Umbar and not being in Umbar yet. There's a distinct problem with this expansion.
I never thought to see the days of peace come again.
At least somebody's happy. Now, I'm not going to pick up the bounty quest there because I'm pretty much just going to be moving straight into the new zone. The thing about there, or maybe the next little bend down here, is where the blockade used to be. No, it's a little further down because Oh, that's right, there is still the remnants of the blockade. We can see them up ahead. All this used to be basically where this zone ended, and you couldn't go any further in because this blockade was still active and manned with high-level bandits. Yeah, should be getting an auto-bestowed quest here shortly. Or 2. I think it's 2. So now we're into the little new area. Tarling's Crown proper. There we go. So we're going to defeat Corsairs and freebooters in the area and pick up stolen goods. And I should actually use up some of these consumables because they're all of my old versions of them that I'm trying to get rid of to make room for the new stuff. Okay, so move up to the next camp here because I don't think there's anybody here. Oh yeah, that's right. They put up their camp way further down the road. Oh, and I'm seeing people in world chat talking about traceries, which reminds me, I did hit 141. Did I reforge my allies? Yes, I did. Do I have any traceries in them that are way too low level? No, and no. Okay. I'm at least using halfway decent ones. All right, here's where I should find my baddies and supplies. Apparently I let my oil run out because I am a bad hunter. I want to be setting these guys on fire. This is very important. Unfortunately, there's not a Slayer deed associated with these guys. It would be really nice if these were part of like a Bandit or Corsair Slayer as well, but it's just this quest. It is always kind of nice when you can basically just set them on fire, make them bleed from your arrows, and then watch as they run and never get to you. Okay, that is all of the Corsairs I need to get. So now it's freebooters and the rest of the stolen goods. It's kind of funny, the first time I was through this area, I was on my champion, and there was a runekeeper and a minstrel who were also doing the same quest in here, and they were so mad about how fast I was killing these guys. Felt kind of bad. Almost done killing these guys and taking back the stuff they stole. I love that this dude is over here just letting his buddy get shot. Like, no, it's cool, you got this one. All right, that's 9 of 12. Up here is going to be 10 and 11. And there's 12 at the end here. Awesome. Right, now, technically, I turned this in back of the town I just came from, but what I actually want to do is keep moving south and get to the new zone, and then I will just ride back to that town to turn in. Because I've already come this far, I want to get the new travel point, and not have to make the entire ride all over again. This bridge should take me over into Anfalas, and here is the king and the queen.
Thank you for going on my behalf to Morlod.
Thank you for going ahead and being the person to take the blame, is really what he's saying here.
Anfalas, westernmost fief of my husband's kingdom.
All right, so we're going to travel into the town up ahead. And this puts us into another one of the brand new zones, Anfalas. So our first town is going to be Melgabos there, and that's actually one of the pretty big hub cities to get. There will ultimately be a lot of things through here. And another nice thing is this is back into a zone where the mobs are yellow, so I'm could be fighting stuff that's 1 and 2 levels above me. I'm making nice progress. And if I remember right, there's actually several Slayer deeds that I can get a start on with these guys. I just don't want to get completely sidetracked. Yep, Corsair Slayer of Outer Gondor. Oh, and gotta stop and gather the heavy resource node on the off chance I get a rare crafting material. And nope, didn't get the Red Sea Stone. High level crafting is gated by rare drops from the higher tier crafting nodes, the Red Sea Stones. And after the first Umbar patch, they went from dropping from things they shouldn't have to being really rough to get. Now see, at least the Seahawk didn't attack me automatically, unlike the birds in the other zone. It knew better. Oop, there's another heavy node. And no luck. Just wood and the purple material. I'm pretty sure since that patch went into effect, the drop rate on the Red Sea Stones is so low, I don't think I've gotten any of them on any of my characters. Which again sucks because it is a pretty big gate to the what's currently high level crafted items. I had enough just to make a couple of gear pieces for my champ. All right, Stable Master should be down here as well as our NPC.
Have you come to help? Good.
Who are these fine folk? The king and queen have come to unfold us? I never thought I would see such a day as this.
Right, so he wants help thinning out the nasties around here, make the place presentable. Let's see, so I need to go to Sardal, and I don't think...
Have you come to help? Good.
Yeah, this doesn't have a path to Sardal, but I am a hunter and I can cheat. So I can go to Dol Amroth, which I believe does go to Sardal.
The long night has ended and the sun rises upon a peaceful kingdom.
Hunter hacks. Right, here's your stolen supplies. Just keep a better watch on them, please.
To their rightful owners, but I will
will speak with our most frequent traders and see what I can find out.
Gondor has a king again.
Now, back to Dol Amroth. Closing in on heading 43. I only need 5 million more XP.
You're most welcome, my friend.
And we're going to swear I had a travel route for it. There we go. Anflas, Melgobas. And now we're back to taking care of lynxes and corsairs nearby. Make the place safe for the king and queen. Not really sure why those are the only two threats that they're worried about, but so be it. If I remember right, there's a pretty good pack of the Corsairs down on the beach once I finish these guys off. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head down to the beach down there. Although I might be mixing my towns up. Yeah, I think this is them up ahead. A nice little concentration of Corsairs down here for me to get and not have to hunt for them. Oh, somebody just finished up running one of the quests in here. Always stop and wave at them. And somebody else just getting here. Okay, quest to discover the wreck nearby. My food's almost running out. Got to keep up the bacon-wrapped cabbage sprouts and freshwater fish plate. Honestly, it's making me really hungry. Yeah, unfortunately, both of those people were clearly just finishing up the quest, which is a bummer. Having a 150 Guardian to run interference on these guys would have been nice. Yeah, turn off combat music because I keep dropping in and out of combat. Let's just keep the zone music going. The music in the new zone is really good. May as well just keep it going instead of the Lotro combat music. I think the wreck is further up this way than I need to get to. Yep, 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent. I'm not far enough in that I have the quest to... It's our rescue quest, I think, to go and rescue the person up in here. But that is part of a later chain. And I have the feeling that's what these other 2 people who I saw were finishing up, was that quest. But again, skipping side quests. Okay, fine. I can't hop up huge surfaces. Alright, now... Yep, just back to town. Yeah, Hedre here is the NPC where there's a side quest to come talk to her and rescue somebody who's captured in there, but for the moment, they're going to stay captured. Because MMO logic.
You took care of the beasts that threaten Melgabos?
Okay, so he's saying that a guard has come from the town down the road who's looking worried.
If you have the trust of King Elazar, I suppose you have more than earned my own.
And he's telling us that, oh yeah, oops, Orgalos, who is the heir to the nobility of the next town, who he was supposed to be keeping an eye on, has gone missing. Good job, buddy.
This is not the first time Orgalos has slipped his keeper's watch.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is who who is down in that Corsair camp. So now I'm going to go rescue him. Yeah, we'll replace my offhand. I am a spear and axe. So I'm going to go right back where I was before. Oh, actually, it's going to make me search down below, isn't it, first? Even though I know where it ultimately leads, I think I have to find the breadcrumbs. Because I, the player, know where it ultimately leads. This character does not. I get to go back and tell him, look, I searched the whole beach. Kid's not here. Where else could he be? And that, I think, is where we get the clue to go rescue him. Would be nice to be able to just skip the middleman. But technically, that's meta knowledge.
You found no sign of the boy?
Oh yeah, this is actually a totally different quest than the one I was thinking of. The king is mentioning, oh yeah, there's that huge tower off in the distance in the next town. Kids like climbing. So this isn't the rescue quest, this is to go check out the climbing tower quest. A fair handful of people in the random low 140s zone today, so other people must be leveling alts. Yeah, I mean, what kid wouldn't want to climb that tower? It looks perfectly reasonable.
We must not take these days for granted. All right, King, where are you at? I think he's up here on the platform. Nope. Yeah, that's right. He's on the road they expected me to come in on, but I fooled them.
Aye, this is just the sort of place I expected. What do you make of these tracks?
I think they're small tracks. It says so right there. It's literally the name of the object. And here's our missing kid. Him climbing high things is going to be a theme.
I'm not ready to return to Lon Kirian, and you cannot make me. Wait, who is that man? Is he King Elisar?
Lead on, young Master Orgalos. We will follow you to Lond Kirian.
Alright, so this is going to send us to Lon Kirian, which is the next town down the road, which is where Orgalos actually comes from, and is a pretty big quest hub, including one of the boat travel points, which is really useful. back on the idiot pony because it's quicker. Actually, I might be able to cheat. Can't remember. Aha. I do have guide to Londkirion, so I can cheat like a dirty, dirty hunter. So I picked those up with my reppin' currency earlier.
We must not let our vigilance lapse.
Here we are.
Master Orgelos is very excited, but you and the king should first present yourselves to the Lady Mara.
Yes, go do the proper thing and present ourselves to the lady of the town. In one of my least favorite designed keep / town hall, whatever you want to call this place. Yeah, the Keep of Lonsirian. Finding your way to the correct locations in here is a pain in the butt. I think this is the main hall here. Yep.
You and your traveling party are welcome to Londkirion, King Elisar.
And of course, she is the wife to Golaskill, who was one of the people who we recruited and took with us to the Battle of Black Gate and died. Oops, sorry. More repercussions of my actions. What need was there for my husband to die if the men of the West were so near to their victory? Yeah, she's not happy with us. So she sends us to go basically investigate other areas around here. So we need to find the library, a guardsman. Oh yeah, the design of this place is really nice, and some of the new areas, especially where they've got the newer textures, are really cool. It's just the layout of this place drives me insane sometimes. This one and another one that you come back to a lot. Let's see. That's right. I can never find what I'm looking for in this place because it is a little circular maze. This, I think, is Orgelos' chambers, which you don't need to go to yet. But it's one of my kinnies, so stop and wave it with. I love how random it is. Like, yeah, running into, well, yeah, I wouldn't turn it down. But I love that I'm in, just a, random 140 zone, and not only are there just random other people running around, it's, oh, here's one of the people in my kin, obviously doing one of the other quests. Yes, I think that one of the spots I need is back this way where the kitchens are. Okay, here's the kitchens. Where is the library? I am missing the library. Ah, yes, this is the library. My problem is I always come into it from the other side.
Goloskil's heir is too young to rule.
Well, yeah, because he's a little kid. Of course he can't rule yet. And yes, the start of the drama about the Golaskil's will being missing. That won't be a thing later on. That's why I missed this turn, because it is right by the stairs. Of course. Okay, now I need to find the bridge and the docks. Now, if I remember right, there is the smart way and the stupid way to get to the docks. I.e. the long and the short. And the short one involves jumping from a very high height and breaking your leg. Right? That's something that not enough places have these days, is just your own personal little library. I regret nothing. Okay, I think I'm looking for all the way on this long dock here. Nope. Different piece of the docks. There we go. Here's the kid watching the soldiers training.
I come here often to watch the soldiers training.
No, you really should not have a sword yet, kid. I know what you do later. Now, all the way back up, because that bridge, that huge bridge that goes across into the next area, is where I need to go next. And you also have to have your own frog pond, because that is really important for the keep, is you have to have a pond with frogs. What, 44 Warden? So definitely leveling through. So yeah, just a small little bridge. No big deal. Yeah, this is a better view of the city from like up on the bridge looking down into it. Like, man.
I saw you and King Elisar when you arrived at Lon Curion in the company of young Master Orgulus.
No, the Corsairs don't know the war is over because they're kind of still fighting. Yeah, this city is in kind of all of the areas in the new Gondor regions are really nice, but when you get into Umbar proper, it is stunning. And in fact, I kind of wonder, if I take the elevator down here, I do want to go anyway to pick up this boat travel point, because there's one down here. One of the things they added was an extensive boat travel point, because as you get later in, you start going island to island, obviously, because, you know, you're going into the Shield Isles and Umbar. Wonder if...
There is always work to be done.
Aha. So, Jajax is unlocked by default, so this is what the new areas, a lot of them kind of look like. So you can see the texturing is really cool, and it's a very different style. Like, this is the first time we've seen anything like this in Lotro. It's totally different architecture, totally different, like, you know, new NPC models and gear and clothing. And just a lot more, like, busy and making things alive, because they've got, you know, this is all done in their current iteration of things. And this is just one of the smaller places. But the new water, because this is kind of that southern, a little bit more tropical water, so it's not the dark blue coastal water, it's more of this, like, almost turquoisey water. And again, running into random... yes, so much like Italy, or like that kind of like Italy and Greek Isles and things like that, combined with the stuff that I don't know what quest that guy's doing. I don't remember one going to these dock areas. That's got to be a side quest I never did. Now that has me curious, because he was very clearly doing something. But yeah, it's kind of that colony of, like, old European and the, like, island colonies look. But the new areas are freaking gorgeous. They really are. Stop and say hi to kin people, because more people are logging on and saying hi to everybody, so don't be antisocial. Yes, just an overall Mediterranean vibe. And I wonder if from here... Okay, so I do have from here... I can go to Jax Fanal, which is actually on the Cape of Umbar itself. So we get the waves rolling in the new water. We get the cool little beach shallows. Stable master I should grab. But, like, the whole vibe of these places is so different than anything else we've had in Lotro. Like, it's it's really cool to see them moving away from just, okay, we're doing that traditional Tolkien-esque Western medieval fantasy thing. Like, I would live here. Have all the little like market square type areas. Jax Fanal doesn't have a whole lot to it, but it is just a really cool example of the new building style. This place is really just a little mini quest hub that's kind of the first foothold you get to on the Cape of Umbar proper. Kitab and the city of Umbar Baharbal are really the big areas on the Cape of Umbar. And unfortunately, I do not have, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have a travel into those areas yet on this character because he's still early in the story. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, whoops, I went the wrong way. This is another little alleyway. And this is one of the things that they do a lot in the Umbar area, is that they really build around places that have these little courtyards that are the center of things. So there are lots of these little tucked away alleys and courtyards where you actually find, you know, quests and NPCs and just things going on. I'm pretty sure if I look at the Stable Master, yeah, none of these are unlocked yet. And off in the distance there ahead of me, that's actually me looking back to the Shield Isles. Like, that island in the distance is one of the other islands that, like, I could literally swim there. I could, if I wanted to, just hop in the water and swim to that, and I'd be in the back in the Shield Isles. That's a little quest hub area. Although the stuff there is way too high level for me right now. You can see the little kind of town in the distance. It's a little mini settlement.
May the seas be calm and the winds fair.
Yeah, Bel Inzu, that's what it is.
Greetings, kind traveler.
Okay, back to Londkirion. But yeah, the retexturing and improved texturing they have in these kind of old style areas is really cool. The stuff they have in the new zones, the truly new zones, is just amazing. Now we're back to this kind of traditional Lotro water. I mean, it's definitely a slightly improved, higher res version of the texture, but it's that more northern, cold, dark blue water. Just little touches I think they did a really good job on with this expansion. I will give them that. I will criticize a lot that they have done this expansion, but they also did a lot of things really well. And one other fun thing that this latest patch introduced is I'm probably going to have to move to stop myself from falling through the floor. Yep. They did something with the way that this floor texture loads in, this really cool purple rug that doesn't load in quite quick enough if you zone in quickly.
Lady Mara and I have come to an understanding.
Yes, you've come to an understanding. She bitch slapped you and basically made you feel bad.
Lady Mara's scouts patrol the lands hereabout in search of Corsair
But you need her
raiding
help.
parties.
Alright, so we go talk to the 3 scouts that she sent off to find what's going on. So I think if I remember right, the easiest way to do this is to go south first. Stop and wave at the Guardian. Been seeing a lot of people in these early zones today, so I wonder if there's just a lot of people leveling alts right now. Or people who are still actually just getting into the new content, but it's been out for a little while. Right, heat my food and get my buffs up because I'm going to have to protect this guy from him being ambushed because the scouts are not particularly stealthy or careful. Benefits of having done this a couple of times.
Vigilance lapse.
Right, one scout down at the beach who will also have found themselves in trouble because that's what scouts do.
There is always work to be done.
And now I loop back all the way around north to grab the last scout, who predictably has probably found themselves about to be ambushed. But not until I get there. It's very important that they don't get ambushed until you're there. Okay, down to only needing 2.7 million for the next level. Really nice if one of these wood nodes gave me some of the rare crafting materials, but I am just striking out right and left.
you come to help?
Good.
Boy, what a shock. You're being ambushed. And I love the fact that the NPC actually backed up into a mob and pulled it. Like literally the NPC pulled an ad. Come on, man. Cacophony Berrybrook. That is a name right there.
Oh, I am glad you have returned. Will you accompany me, my friend?
K-Bar is not cut out for the adventuring life.
So far as I know.
Yep, we'll go talk to the king
Thank
with
you.
you.
My friend. I will not forget this.
Today we are gathered to hear the last wishes of Golazgil, Lord of Anfalos, who fell in service of the kingdom.
This is a solemn
Lord
occasion.
Golazgil's last wishes should have been presented before now. Why wait so many months to reveal his wishes?
I found them only today.
She is lying.
Oh, is that so? They were lost.
I love the fact that she immediately gets called out on her BS here. She is many things, but she is not a good liar.
The seal is broken. How are we to know the contents of this testament are as Lord Golazgil intended? Mara might have written anything within.
Alright, so we go examine his will. And the seal is definitely broken.
My scribe has much skill and experience with the written word. He will tell us if Golazgil wrote this testament. Kaibar, will you examine the writing contained within, please?
Oh, yes, of course, my king.
Finally, something that Kaibar is actually good at.
It is true, the seal is broken, but the letter within is written in only one hand.
Kaibar is absolutely one of those NPCs who, they mean well, but they are way out of their head for most of the story.
Lady Mara, can you produce a sample of your husband's writing for us?
Well, I suppose there might be something within this chamber.
My friend, find a sample of Golazgil's writing. Show it to Kaibar.
And here we have Aragorn inventing forensic science. And I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. Yep. You found something written in Golazgil's hand. Notes are extensive. He signed them at the bottom. Then Kaibar is going to compare the handwriting, which matches perfectly.
Thank you, Kaibar. Read us now the last wishes of
CSI Middle Earth.
Very well, my king. I, Golazgil of Anfalas, make this record in the library of Lond Kirion, my home. Tomorrow I depart for Minas Tirith at the command of the steward Denethor.
And we all know how well that went.
Should I not return, this testament will direct the disposal of my land and property.
Thankfully, they fade to black on the reading of the entire will.
And to the fishing village of Melgobas, I leave that same sum in gold. I direct also that they be given my notes on water temperature and the currents.
Because he was a huge nerd.
The of Gondor all lead to the sea eventually.
But
it seems to me
it's fitting because water is a huge theme throughout this entire expansion. Rivers and the sea and things like that. So,
to my son Orgolas.
Yeah, sorry, we were cut out of the will entirely.
The Wave Hunter. May he command the Wave Hunter in service of Gondor when he is old enough.
But he did leave Wave Hunter to his kid.
Him on the deck when he does. But if I cannot, may he follow in his father's footsteps all the same. To my dear wife Mara, I leave my love and all remaining lands and titles I possess. May she rule Anfalas well and wisely until our son and my heir Orgolas comes of age. That is the end.
Thank you, Kaibar.
So, of course, angry, annoying dude here is not thrilled that Mara did, in fact, get left in charge. So he wants to talk about something sensitive away from all of this.
I am sorry, but it was very hard to hear these things.
He'll give her a minute and talk to the king.
I have to ask you something, Mara.
Yeah, that's the real question, is why you lying? Why did you break the seal on the will? And why did you have it and only put it back and claim you just found it today? Like, what's your deal?
I am grateful for your discretion earlier, my king.
And of course, ultimately, what she's afraid of is what came true, is that he basically willed Wave Hunter, which is his ship, to his kid, and she does not want Orgolas to follow in his footsteps and, you know, go off, be an adventurer, and get himself killed. So she was sketchy, but for a good reason.
I entreat you to forbid Orgolas from leaving Lon Kirion, no matter what his father has gifted to him.
She wants to hold him and keep him. Like, yeah, that doesn't work.
I understand this request, Mara, but I fear you may do more harm with it than you will prevent.
And Arwen, of course, is the voice of reason. Like, look, you're not going to accomplish what you think you're going to accomplish if you just put your foot down. So she has a suggestion of let the sun come with us and learn what's actually going on outside and see the land as we keep going and traveling so that he can learn what responsibility is, not just all or nothing.
I do not know.
She says, yeah, if I can send a babysitter with. So we'll go catch up with the babysitter, who is honestly kind of hilarious because his entire vibe in this is being sick of this.
I am surprised Lady Mara has agreed to allow Orgalos to depart with the king and queen.
I'll do what I can. Maybe it'll help keep him from running away some.
Is it true? I am to depart with the king's party for Pinath Gelin? That is wonderful news! Do you think there will be fighting?
Alright, kid is raring to go.
Young Orgalos says the road we must take through Thingast may be haunted.
And Aragorn is a little skeptical, but he says, alright, cool. Kill some stuff on our way to the next town. See if the kid was right or not. So our next destination is going to be further west to Andrast. Right? Yes. So across the bridge. We get to go across the big cool bridge. And let's see, I did get... Alright, which ring am I going to replace? At some point I'll actually have to clear out my inventory, but I still have a little bit of space, so I'm avoiding it. Now, I've actually been making progress on my virtues. 71 of 89, so... Gonna start... What do I need next? Because that's at least halfway decent. Valor. Valor will be next. For the low, low price of, you too can have your very own Stands in the Fire. I love that somebody managed to drag a Huorn onto the bridge and then just leave it there. That's kind of amazing. And I'm not going to kill it, I'm just going to leave it there. These deadlights actually count for the zone's Dead Slayer as well as this quest, so I should be able to get a 2-for-1 here. Excellent. When possible, always kill things that make progress on a deed and your quest. When you guys do, if you do your kind of yearly return through, sometime this year or, into next, one thing you'll definitely want to check out is in most of the kind of major starting cities. So let's go back to Eriador and let's find Breetown. Breetown. So in a lot of the major kind of starting area cities, and the easiest one that I find is right outside the Prancing Pony by the milestone that's there.
there are NPCs that let you increase your difficulty in overland content. Basically, the default difficulty is now kind of considered level 0, but if you talk to one of those NPCs, you can set yourself anywhere from a +1 level all the way up to +9. +2 or 3 is kind of a good starting point for making it challenging solo and small and like duo content. It doesn't. It only affects overland content or solo non-story instances. So when you're just running around questing, the difficulty increases there. If you're running missions, because those are solo, duo only, and non-story, you also will get the increased difficulty. But if you run either one of the story specific, like, you know, the little mini instances that are specific to the epics, or if you run a 3-man or higher content, because that's, you know, group content which is already scaled, you don't get the difficulty kicking in. But it makes it so that just running around overland, you can make it more challenging for yourself, as well as getting bonuses to your XP for doing so, as well as the ability to get tokens that you can hand in for some rewards. Mostly it's just fun to make things a little bit harder. Nope, this next town is a ways away, so I'm going to pull out the idiot pony. Matter of fact, this evening is Arkin's regular max difficulty group night, where we get together and run stuff with a bunch of characters that we have as our level locked lobies, who are all on level 9, the max difficulty, which is you don't solo jack at 9. So now we're leaving the coastal area and we're coming into the kind of the rolling green hills again. And it's still a ways off. So I've got some running to do. Yeah, it's been a blast. I actually get to, you know, run group content regularly. Madness, I know. All right, maybe I shouldn't have jumped at the top of my speed there, going down. I knew I was going to break the horse's legs. That bird is still chasing me.
We'll do our best to repair and rebuild what we can. Do you have a moment for me?
Oh yeah, this is the winery town. So the first thing that I get asked to do here is, can I go talk to this guy so that we get some fancy wines to gift the king?
Welcome to Earfen, the most fruitful field among all the green hills of Pinath Gelly.
Yes, yes. I'll go pick grapes in exchange for your fancy wine.
You have done very well with the work.
All right, I've got wine for the king's company.
Thank you for these. No, we cannot open them now.
We have to save them. You know, it's special occasion wine.
Our next destination is Ost-Andir, stronghold of the Lord of the Green Hills.
Yes, which once again, it was the keep of my friend and companion, Hirluin the Fair, but I understand after his death at Pelennor, because he's somebody else that we got killed. Running theme.
She is high in the order of knights that protects Pinath Gelly.
Yep, so we're gonna go talk to the lady of the next town, and I think it's a pretty good run. Yep. So back on the idiot pony we go. And I'm just going to kind of overland most of this because my horse is a 4x4. Not going to stop and do side quests. Kind of like the feeding the cats treats. No, Hirwin, I'm not going to do your side quest. I'm running past you. There's a little chain that, because I'm not going to do the entire chain, I don't get to do the silly part of the quest. But there is a quest chain where one of the pieces towards the end is literally visiting a farm and slapping a bunch of cows on the butts to get them moving to safety. And the quest objectives are literally slap cow rump. And I've got to find a safe spot here so that I can answer somebody in kin chat real quick because they're asking a question. Sitter Nassad. Somebody was looking for where they should go to pick up some gear, and because I'd been basically telling people that yes, there is now good level 150 gear if you've been saving up your embers, and pointing them to the place they need to go. And somebody was just asking in kin chat if I remember the exact name of the place. So, again, really cool view coming into this next town here. There are some great in the distance views in these new areas. Yeah, apparently I've fooled some of these people into thinking I know things. Alright, I've discovered Ostarndir. And again, that like Gondorian architecture really is a running theme here. I don't know, you're still in old world Gondor.
Have you come to help? Good.
Okay, stable master grabbed. Wave at the other hunter. And talk to the steward.
Home of the Lady Norio, Knight of the Green Hills.
So it's important to remember that people are referring to her as the Knight of the Green Hills here because they do. There's a quest later on which talks about the Knight of the Green Hills, but doesn't mention a specific name for the person. And unless you remember that Knight of the Green Hills is this lady, you can be wandering around some. Giving directions again. Helping somebody find specifically where to go to find what they're looking for now that they've found the correct place. This is another one of those buildings where it's really annoying sometimes trying to navigate exactly where you need to go to find certain places, and I just happen to have been in here enough times that I know that to get where I need to go, it's the first proper left in here, up the stairs, and then hang another left. But I dig that they have like the indoor garden theme going here. Like, this place would be cool to live in. Oh good, she found the NPC I was trying to help her find, so she'll be able to spend some of her embers for gear upgrades. Awesome. Alright, here's our Knight of the Green Hills.
Among the Green Hills, King Elisar and Queen Arwen.
Alright, so we're going to find, basically she's introduced her son to Orgosil, so we're going to go find, or Orgolas, so we're going to go find Throngil and Orgolas. So now we have two unruly kids to watch.
Hello. I'm going to train to be a knight when I'm old enough.
Yeah, no, we're not going to duel, kid. Sorry.
You'll be fine. You can go now.
Okay, so now we're going to go back out and talk to the steward again and get our directions. Are you looking for something to do while the king and the queen talk? Go kill stuff. I can do that. Basically, there's negotiations going on, and I'm bored. What can I do? I can go kill things. There's usually some goblins up here by this little ruins. Basically, yeah, while the adults are doing adult things, I'm going to go be a murder hobo. Not a lot of goblins up here this time around. I mean, hunters, yeah, but let's be honest, champ is still a lot more fun. I know. I'm never going to convert you to the champion lifestyle, but my champ is a beast. Lore Master is actually what I play in our Lobby max difficulty group. And it is a blast playing the weird little hybrid class, and just a massive chaos that group is. I still most often play either my champ or my my runekeeper. They're my two 150s so far. I really like the runekeeper. Yeah, I was always ranged as well in most games, as kind of the default, but champ is just way too much fun. It kind of converted me. I've been doing a lot of tanking on the champion as well, because they've got the blue spec that you can spec into as a kind of intended to be an off tank, and they did some fixes in the last patch to actually make the threat what it was supposed to have been all along, which really helps. All right, kids are running around arguing.
Do you often befriend liars and encourage them to speak untruths?
And this kid does not believe that King Elisar is as old as Orgulus is telling him, because Orgulus is telling stories of King Elisar or Aragorn fighting with his grandfather. And of course, to look at Aragorn, he does not look old enough to be fighting with dude's grandfather. But we know that's because he's one of the Dunedain.
But it is true. I am lying.
Go play, kids. You're bothering me. Okay, what did I just get? Oh, helmet. So, keep replacing that 140 teal gear. So now we go to the kitchens, and this place has some kitchens. This is the hearth in the kitchen. Like, seriously. All these stores. Not bad.
What? Orgalas has left the keep with Nauriel's son? Already?
Yes, the babysitter was in here grabbing a bite to eat, and the kids ran off. You didn't babysit very well, dude. But we know that they ran off to go play on Wave Runner, which is the ship that is docked here, but Kid 1 inherited, so we get to go see the ship. We're starting to see some of these newer tree models as we get into the more temperate grasslands. They've been able to put in some of the newer things.
I told him not to do it, but he would not listen to me.
And the kid has climbed all the way up into the rigging of the ship.
What if he falls? At least Orgalas has sense enough to stay on solid ground.
Ah, babysitter, you were in so much trouble. Yeah, this is a really cool ship, and it's one that is used a lot in the later chunks of the story, because this is the Wave Hunter, which is the ship that Orgalas inherited, and it will play a part later on. But it is really cool. Got this nice little covered area and everything. But it also has an idiot kid climbed all the way up into the ropes there. Gonna beckon him to come down here. All right, come on. Why should I wait for him to come down? As he magically teleports down to the ground.
You worry too much. He was not in any danger.
I was named for the great hero, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, kid, you are way too into this. And I love how his immediate reaction is, I'm bored of the ship anyway. I don't think we can go down below docks yet in the ship. No, we can't yet. But later on, when you get to go down the down below decks, like this is a really well done ship. You can see that they've been able to get a lot better at making their locations.
I suppose we should return to Ostan, dear.
I like how Orgulus is already figuring out, like, oh, yeah, kids are kind of dumb, aren't they? If this kid is the example of what kids are like, we'll be back for you later, ship. And now back to town to see how negotiations have gone.
The boys are safe? Thank the Valar. The boys are safe? Thank the Valar. The Lady Norio prepares a response to deal with the Corsair raiders.
And this is another one of those things where if you don't remember the exact proper turns to get from the beginning to the throne room, it is a pain to get here. I've just done this way too many times at this point.
A number of Corsair ships have sailed in secret up the Hathalant.
Alright, so she's going to prep soldiers to go take care of that.
Defend the Green Hills, Norio.
But what I'm going to do real quick is before I go and do that, I want to hop on the champ and see if I can get a jewelry upgrade. Probably the last thing I'm going to do is Cool. Enjoy doing stuff. I am just about wrapping up here. Just going to be run a quick Sarkvorn and then call it a day.
Before the fall of Cardolan, in the aftermath of the war with Angmar and the great plague that followed, countless dead were laid to rest in mass burials among the stones of a ruined temple of the Edain. Its name of old forgotten, it came to be known as Sarkvorn, the Black Grave. And those centuries of abandonment, none save the most unwary or foolhardy ever dared approach it. But now, the Witch King of Angmar has returned to rouse the Barrow Whites from their slumber and summon forth an ancient evil thought banished long ago. The Grave Fear.
Can't imagine why people don't come here if you literally renamed it the Black Grave. And you're doing so much to sell the place. And back to Redline for the last two bosses.
But Sarkvorn will not be a part of your story. It will be
Don't
the
need
end.
AoE anymore, so now it's all about single target beatdowns.
Die! Die! Die!
I suppose technically I should pull out my helper at this point.
You cannot flee death! Freedom. Finally.
At last, you
Alright, now for the entire point of this is this fight here to see if
awaits those who
I can get one of the bracelets out of here. Because they usually have some pretty decent bracelets if you get lucky and get a teal.
Once I served the Ordainer, but no longer.
And what I'm hoping for here is either a good pure DPS or pure tanking bracelet, because right now I kind of have a mix.
In his kindness, the Witch King of Angmar has granted me his
But he has to do his talky bit first.
For too long I slumbered, all but forgotten by the men of Cardolan. In time they will all remember me, and the tales of old shall strike fear into their hearts. In the shadows of Angmar, a vast kingdom of the dead shall flourish. And there, I will sit in judgment evermore.
Yeah, idle threats. Buddy, this ain't gonna happen like you think it's gonna happen.
Curse you! I see darkness within you. I will not abandon this vessel, not yet.
Alright, now we've hurt him enough to beat the ghost out of him. And we have this dude. His only real gimmick, aside from some dot effects, are these ads he spawns, which give him a damage shield.
I see darkness within you. The dead obey me. I will feast upon your fear. What is this?
And let's see if we rolled good loot.
Cannot summon me. No!
Survey says no such luck. A crappy 491 defense bracelet that is not better than mine, either of them. I'd probably still wear one of my DPS bracelets over that one for tanking. Oh well, worth a shot. But that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave things, because I got the 100 to 143, made progress on the quests. One of these days I'll get them to 150.